Most people think the government only seizes bank accounts and property, but inside a series of nondescript climate-controlled warehouses across the United States, the FBI and the IRS are sitting on some of the rarest automotive contraband in history. Tonight, we're performing a forensic audit on the 7 most insane car collections currently held in government custody, and why you will likely never see them on the road again. Hit that subscribe button, we're entering the evidence vault. In 2021, the FBI conducted a massive seizure involving a notorious white 1991 Ferrari Testarossa. This wasn't just a car, it was a physical artifact of a multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme. The car belonged to a high-level executive involved in the 1MDB scandal, one of the largest financial heists in human history. Billions were siphoned from a Malaysian sovereign wealth fund to buy luxury condos, Van Gogh paintings, and this specific Ferrari. Here is the forensic twist. Under U.S. Code Title 18, Section 981, the government can seize property if they have probable cause that it was used in or derived from a crime. This Ferrari sat in a government-contracted warehouse for years, while lawyers fought over the proceeds of crime. When the FBI seizes a car, they don't maintain it. They treat it like a piece of paper in a file cabinet. This Testarossa, with only 500 miles on the clock, sat with stagnant fuel, drying gaskets, and flat-spotting tires. It became a multi-million-dollar mechanical paperweight while the legal case dragged on. The government doesn't care about the collector value. They only care about the evidence value.
Today, the Justice Department is proud to announce new developments in our ongoing investigation into Ryan James' wedding.
In late 2025, the FBI executed Operation Giant Slalom. The target, Ryan Wedding, a former Canadian Olympic snowboarder turned alleged billionaire drug kingpin. While Wedding is currently on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, his prized possession wasn't so lucky. Agents in Los Angeles seized a 2002 Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Roadster. This isn't just a car, it is one of only 6 ever built. It's a street-legal Le Mans racer with a 6.9-liter V12 and only 22 kilometers on the odometer. Current market value, $13 million. The FBI alleges it was used to wash hundreds of millions in drug money into crypto and physical assets. Right now, it's sitting in a government-contracted warehouse in California. If the court rules it was purchased with illegal funds, this $13 million masterpiece will be sold to the highest bidder at a U.S. Treasury auction. The Nissan Skyline R34 isn't just a car, it's a crime scene waiting to happen. In the early 2000s, an importer called Motorex pulled off one of the most audacious frauds in automotive history. They told the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration they had crash tested the R34 to meet US safety standards. They hadn't. They crash tested the R33, lied about the VINs, and flooded the market. When the FBI finally cracked the case, they didn't just issue a recall, they went on a manhunt for every single one of those cars. If you see a Skyline in a government lot today, it's not because it was stolen, it's because it's contraband. These cars are technically illegal merchandise in the eyes of the US government. They don't auction them, they destroy them. It's a total loss of an asset, all because of a paperwork lie from 20 years ago. It's the ultimate forensic lesson. Never trust the paperwork on an imported unicorn. Aiden Platursky's McLaren P1 tells a story of the new age of crime. When he was kidnapped in 2022, his investors didn't just want their money, they wanted his assets. But the FBI got there first. The forensic detail that matters here is the constructive trust. Because the cars were bought with commingled funds, meaning a mix of stolen investor money and personal money, the government has the right to seize the entire asset. But here is the problem with government custody. A McLaren P1 is a hybrid masterpiece with a highly sensitive battery. When the FBI stores a P1 in a standard evidence warehouse without a trickle charger, the battery can brick, leading to a $150,000 repair bill before it can even be auctioned. The government is currently fighting a legal battle with creditors over who is responsible for the diminished value of these hypercars while they sit in state-sanctioned storage. How did two Mercedes Maybach S600 Pullmans end up in Pyongyang despite a global luxury goods ban? The forensic trail found by the Center for Advanced Defense Studies, C4ADS, is a spy thriller. These cars left the port of Rotterdam in 2 sealed containers. They spent months island hopping through China, Japan, and South Korea to scrub their paper trail. The ghost moment happened at the port of Nakhodka, Russia. The ship turned off its AIS, automatic identification system, meaning it vanished from global GPS for 18 days. When the ship reappeared, the cars were gone. The FBI's International Corruption Unit is now using these cars' unique telematics data, the Mercedes Me-style tracking, to try and ping their locations. Even in North Korea, these cars are trying to call home to German servers, creating a digital breadcrumb trail that the government is using to map out North Korean smuggling routes. This is the most sophisticated automotive crime of 2026, VIN Cloning. A criminal syndicate recently dismantled by the FBI was stealing high-end Lamborghinis and Ferraris in Italy, then cloning them using the identities of cars that had been legitimately exported to the Middle East or crushed in accidents. The forensic trick? They would use industrial-grade laser etchers to recreate the VIN plates and forge certificates of origin that look 100% authentic to a DMV clerk. One victim bought a yellow Lamborghini Diablo FT for $450,000, only to have the FBI knock on his door 6 months later. The tell wasn't on the car, it was in the National Insurance Crime Bureau, NICB database. The FBI found that the real car with that VIN was currently sitting in a private museum in Dubai. 2 cars, 1 identity. The FBI seized the clone, and the buyer lost every penny. If a deal looks too good to be true in 2026, it's probably a ghost car. Finally, we reach the holy grail of the evidence vault. But this story has a shadow. You've likely seen the modern Bugatti Voiture Noire, a $19 million tribute car that has been the subject of high wealth tax audits since it hit the road in 2021. Governments are obsessed with it because its value is so high it effectively functions as a mobile bank account for billionaires. But the real La Voiture Noire? It's a ghost. In 1938, as the Nazis closed in on France, Jean Bugatti loaded his personal Type 57 SC Atlantic onto a train bound for Bordeaux. It never arrived. For over 80 years, the FBI and Interpol have kept a file open on this car. Why? Because if it were found today, it wouldn't just be the most valuable car in history, estimated at over $100 million, it would be considered stolen state property or looted art. Here is the forensic twist. In 2026, the IRS and the FBI's art theft program are using the same AI scraping tools to look for the original 1938 Atlantic as they used to track modern tax evaders. They are looking for the ghost of Bordeaux in private barns and hidden collections across Europe. Whether it's the modern $19 million version or the $100 million original, the name La Voiture Noire remains the most hunted title in the world. The government is just waiting for someone to make a mistake. The government evidence vaults are growing every day. From drug-running Mercedes to tax-evading Bugattis, these cars are the ghosts of an ambitious past. If you want to see what happens when these cars actually hit the auction block, watch our previous investigation into illegal car features right here. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on a mission to hit our first 2,000 investigators. I'll see you in the next case file.